welcome to the Noosa Mining and Exploration Conference. It's the second day of a 3-day conference. The weather's beautiful. With me this afternoon is Bruce Kay, the Managing Director of Catalyst Metals. Bruce will be talking tomorrow afternoon. They tend to put on people who've got an interesting story to tell late in the day to keep the attendees at the conference as long as possible. So I think Bruce does have an interesting story to tell. Bruce, can you tell us a little bit about what Catalyst is doing? You are exploring, you're looking for high-grade gold in Victoria, another Bendigo. Where are you now?
Chris, we've been there for about 7 years now. We've been building up a position there that's about 100 kilometres long now. So we believe we are controlling one of the great gold belts of the world. You know, Bendigo was the biggest gold mine in the world for about 40 years and second in Australia, and we believe there are many more of these undercover to the north of Bendigo and never been explored before. And on the Catalyst ground we already have 2 greenfield discoveries which were made in the last 12 years, and those deposits, one called Four Eagles and one called Tandara, about 15 kilometres apart. They've got a lot of gold in the top 100 metres, but really untested below that. So the challenge for us is really to find out what's in the top 500 metres, and the experience we see from Fosterville is that where they're mining 30 gram per tonne gold, is that you can have these things, many of these things sitting in the top 500 metres.
Bruce, you mentioned Four Eagles. Now that's a joint venture. Can you tell us a bit about your partner and corporate relationship?
Yes, we have a Hancock Prospecting, formed a joint venture with us back in about 2015, and they put in $4 million to earn 50%, not from us but from our joint venture partner, and that was good because we had the free carry during that for the $4 million expenditure. Recently, about 3 months ago, Hancock approached us about taking a position in the company, and they put in $13 million into Catalyst at a share price of $1.50 to take 11% of the company. We also have a shareholding by St Barbara Mines, one of the big gold producers in Australia, and they own about 14% of Catalyst.
Right, the other project you mentioned was Tandara,
yes.
15 k's to the south.
Yeah, it's a joint venture. We earned 51% from a company called Navarre Minerals, which is NML for those who don't know the ticker.
Yeah, we interviewed Jeff earlier.
Okay, good. And that's been a good joint venture. It's also got shallow gold, a lot of gold in the top 100 metres, but once again the challenge is drilling below that, which is time consuming and costly, and finding where the big high grade shoots are sitting below that. We've done enough time in drilling to suggest that there are a number of these parallel shallow plunging high grade gold deposits there.
So your next program is just to keep drilling at both of these targets?
The thing we're doing a lot of work on, Chris, is we're looking at development options for one of the Four Eagles deposits, being Boyd's Dam.
That's advanced enough to look at that?
We are. We're actually doing modelling on the stuff in the top 100 metres, but our main objective there would be to get an open pit that probably pays itself well and truly back, and have access to an underground decline. These things are so long and have such shallow plunges that really the only way to effectively test them in the long run is to underground drill them with lots of holes. So that's the plan, an open pit that will mine gold and probably process locally, as well as gaining access to an underground ramp from which you can do future exploration.
Well, thanks very much, Bruce. It sounds like it's a very exciting time, and after 7 years, you're just about on the cusp of making a call on going into production, which would be, I think, perhaps transformational. But your share price is trading well above the price at which Hancock Prospecting acquired their interest.
That's it. And I think, Chris, to be fair, probably the first 4 years of that, 3 years of that 7-year period, we really just scratched around with a little bit of expenditure in tough times. So it's all progressed in the last 4 years. Yeah.
Okay, well, Bruce, thanks for sharing the story with us. That's Bruce Kay, the Managing Director of Catalyst Metals, exploring in Victoria, and the ASX code is CYL. Thank you.
Thank you, Chris.